Good morning to all the doctors, distinguished doctors, dermatologists from India, Africa. Uh, then we have doctors from Bhutan and Nepal. We welcome you to Digital Delta. My name is Nandish Kumar. I work as Head Communications and International Marketing at Brenton Pharmaceuticals. I today have along with me Mr. Hitesh Motwani, who is regarded as one of the top digital marketing experts and trainer in India. And I also have Mr. Gopesh Shah, who is General Manager Marketing at Brenton. We welcome all the distinguished dermatologists to Digital Delta, which is part of Brenton Research Institute of Robotics, Artificial Intelligence, and Analytics. This is in a short version, we call it as BRERA. BRERA is highly active in UK, and BRERA will continue to support the academic endeavors of doctors across the globe. The Digital Delta is all about digital education and learning to enhance achievement through digital marketing. This is an initiative supported by UVido, which is probably the world's best sunscreen. It is available in different ranges: UVido Gold, UVido Gel, UVido Lotion, and UVido Blue Light, which is the recent introduction. This event is also supported by Velgrow Gold, which is a potent hair growth serum, which is a combination of Redensil, Capexil, and Procapil. I take pleasure to introduce you Mr. Hitesh Motwani. Mr. Hitesh Motwani, I will share his profile with you. The faculty of this digital marketing course is Hitesh Motwani. Hitesh Motwani has over a decade of experience in digital marketing. He is a renowned digital marketing trainer and has trained over 2 lakh plus participants, including over 35,000 doctors across countries such as USA, UK, Singapore, Malaysia, India, UAE, Bangkok, and Africa. Mr. Hitesh has trained over 400 plus corporates such as Capital Land, Economic Times, Times of India, CNBC 18, Gene Cloud Beginning, then McDonald's, Landmark Group, Pfizer, Wockhardt Group, Lupin, Cipla, BI Worldwide, Oglive, JWT, Kanikia Group, and many more. He is also a visiting faculty with prestigious institutes like IIM Bangalore, SP Jain School of Global Management, NMIMS, and many more. Hitesh has been in leadership positions in firms such as Oglive and Mather, Genesis Bruce and Masler, Rediffusion Vyanda, Magic Buzz India Foundation, and more. Some of the clients of Hitesh has worked with our Twitter, Swiss Reinsurance, Bandhan Bank, Kotak Bank, Tata Group, ICICI Cricket World Cup, T20, Endemol Shine India, Banijay Asia, and many more. He is acknowledged as a passionate trainer and a consultant with proven track record for helping firms, entrepreneurs, and startups to build successful marketing strategy. Hitesh is one of India's best digital marketing trainer. This is not a webinar. This is not just a workshop. This is a digital marketing course. And we will have 3 topics will be dealt by Mr. Hitesh Motwani. The topic number 1 is how to increase patient flow using digital marketing. Today, we are all attending session 1, which is 19th March 2023. This is between 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Indian Standard Time. We have doctors from Africa. We have doctors from Bhutan and Nepal also. For them, the standard time is different. The session 1 is all about the what is what of digital marketing. Session 2 is going to be a practical session where you will be given live examples, where you will be taught exactly how the digital marketing can be done by yourself and not depending on any agency. The second topic is ways to build digital reputation. This is very important session, and your digital reputation can go 10x, 100x, 1000x like that. It depends on the reputation you build and how to build the reputation. This is going to be very interesting topic. Patient engagement and retention is the third topic. It will have one session, patient engagement and retention. This is session 1. There will be one session. For example, I worked in Mumbai. Currently, I'm based at Pune at Brenton. Patient engagement and retention is very important. I worked in a city called Mumbai, which is 160 kilometers from Pune, where I'm based currently with Brenton. After I shifted from Mumbai to Pune, should a doctor whom I used to visit for 20 years Should I not have the possibility of having consultations from him, or should he miss me as a patient? So patient engagement and retention is very important. Today, it's become a global village. A doctor sitting in Pune or India can treat patients from US, Canada, Europe, anywhere in the world. So it's a global village. So for doing all these things, do you require an agency to do that digital marketing? No, you don't require. All you require is, today the scenario is, you know that digital marketing is very important, but you do not know how to do that. At the end of the session, you will have clarity about how to go about digital marketing by yourself and how you can easily engage the patients and increase the patient flow. So I welcome all of you to session one, the topic of which is how to increase patient flow using digital marketing. The faculty is Hitesh Motwani. Sir, I am very pleased to welcome you for the course, digital marketing course. All the doctors who are going to attend this session will have a digital marketing certificate from BRIRA and signed by Hitesh Motwani, who is considered to be #1 digital marketing expert in India. Over to you, sir.
Sure, so much. So thank you so much, Mr. Nandesh, for having me over here. And welcome to all the doctors who come from across the world, across different paths over here. So, first of all, a very warm welcome and thank you so much for sparing your most valuable asset, which is your time with me on this Sunday morning. I'd like to welcome you to this world of digital, where I'm going to show you today how can you become one of those doctors who can basically have never, I mean, I'm sure that all of your rosters, all of your time is absolutely full. There are already a lot of patients coming in. But as I say, a doctor's duty is never over. He's always available for his patients, no matter wherever he is, right? And today in digital era, it is more important than before. So I'll be showcasing some strategies, some use cases on exactly how do we do that from scratch. Even if you do not have an agency, even if you have a no digital marketing background, even if you're technologically challenged, I can still help you to do that. How many of you people over here are excited to be over here and you want to learn how do you get more patients and impact more lives in your current profession? Give me a quick me on the chat box. And I would want you to keep on interacting with me in the chat box, because the more you guys do, the better it is, right? And I'll be able to, probably give you more if I see more and more interactions coming in. So, I would like to all of you to keep on typing in the chat box. That'll actually help you to understand whether you're listening to me or not listening to me. All right, let's begin. You see, so some ground rules before I start. How not to take a session, first of all. I wouldn't want anybody to not write their notes. Feel free to write the notes. Feel free to feel free to, understand and jot down the points that's most important for you, right? And most importantly, the session will not be complete if you don't ask me relevant questions. Just in case at any point in time you got any questions, you have any doubts, any queries, feel free to ask me, because the more questions you ask, the better it is for me, and the more I'll be able to answer you all. I hope all of you can currently see my slides, and slides are visible to all of you in a very clear fashion. Give me a quick yes in case slides are visible to you in a very clear fashion right now. Are you able to see slides step by step? It's what I'm talking about. Okay. So today, if you see, we're living in an extremely, extremely interesting time, right? In today's time, babies are born with internet. Machines are learning, and human beings are hooked onto cell phones. You know, Earlier, making content was a very big struggle. How many people over here actually today go cold feet when you want to write something? I'll just stop my screen share for a while. I want to just see some chats over here. How many people over here today go cold feet when you want to write something? I mean, you're very good at your job, but writing is something which actually we are somehow struggling to do. I mean, we're putting our thoughts together on a piece of paper and putting on social media is one of the biggest struggles. Give me a quick eye in case you face this issue at this point in time. Give me a quick eye on the chat box in case this issue at any point in time. Yeah? Like, writing has become a big challenge for us today, right? We do not know what to write, what to do, what not to do. Too much thoughts coming in. Absolutely correct, right? So I'm going to start by telling you that today we are living in the world of AI, artificial intelligence. And today, in the last 1 month, things have changed drastically. I'll give you an example. Why is that? So, about exactly a month ago, there was a software that was launched. Some of you must have heard in the news, some of you must have used it also. It's called Chat GPT, right? In case you haven't used software, my recommendation is that after this session, you will be able to use this software even more. But ChatGPT was not the first software in the market to do this. There were plenty of them in the market even before this as well. Okay. And I just want to show you the possibilities of AI today, which is going to help you to understand that why AI is at the forefront, right? And what typically happens over here. So assume that I'm a dermatologist and I want to basically say, for example, write a post about importance of sunscreen, during the summer season, right? And suppose you write about UV glow or some of the sunscreen doesn't really matter, right? So basically, we just type over here, listen, pretend. So we just go to ChatGPT and it's just like a conversational bot. I can ask them, I can say, pretend to be a social media marketer for a dermatologist and make 3 social media posts on why sunscreen is extremely critical to apply during summer season. So this is what we call as prompt. What are prompts? Prompts are like, you give them a command, you give them like a line which they can pretend to be, right? And you just press enter. Now what's going to happen is this tool is going to write down 3 social media posts for you in a minute. It's going to tell you post number 1, summer's around the corner and time is to stock up sunscreen. Did you know sunscreen can protect you from harmful UV rays and cause skin damage, premature aging, and even skincare? Applying sunscreen every day is one of the easiest way to take care of your skin. Don't forget to reapply every 2 hours for maximum protection. Sunscreen, skincare, summer 2023. And like this, it's going to write down 3 content for you immediately. How many guys over here found this to be wow? Give me a quick wow on chat box. So now you don't have to pay a digital marketing agency. You don't have to pay a content marketing agency for writing content for you. This software can write content for you immediately, right? Give me a quick wow in case this is basically completely mind blown right now with this tool, right? And most importantly, this tool can only do this. Suppose you're a little bit more advanced. You actually want to write a video. You write a video script. You want to actually shoot a small video around it. So you can say, give me 5 tips. Let's say, give me a video script where I will share 5 tips for healthy skin during summer, right? And now it will actually write you a video script. It'll tell you the scenario. It'll say opening shot on the sunny beach or park. Host, hi everyone. With summer here, it's time to make sure your skin stays healthy, glowing. Here are 5 tips to take care of your skin during summers ahead. And cut to a shot of women applying sunscreen. The woman is applying sunscreen over here. You say, apply sunscreen every day. Sunscreen protects your skin from harmful UV rays that can cause skin damage, premature aging, and skin cancer. Make sure you choose a broad spectrum sunscreen with SPF at least 30 and apply in 15 minutes before heading outside. Tip number 2, stay hydrated. The heat can cause you lose more of your fluids than usual. It's important to drink plenty of water, keep your skin hydrated. Aim for the last 8 glasses. Aim for at least 8 glasses every day. Tip number 3, wear a hat, sunglass. Those accessories not only add style to your look, but also provide you extra protection from sun's harmful rays. Look for a wide brimmed hats and sunglasses with UV protection, and so on and so forth. It can actually make you an entire video script as well. So in case you were struggling to shoot that video for a while, tell to your followers, tell to your people, tell to your patients about it. Well, all that thing can be a thing of passe. You can actually put a video script together, put a content together, write a blog together, write articles together. You can do whatever you want with this one tool. And that is where we are in something called as the AI revolution. Give me a quick wow and it's really blowed your mind away right now, right? Now, Dr. Vignesh, can it make a video? Very good question. Well, unfortunately, it can't. But let me show you one more interesting tool which can actually help you to make a video very, very fast, right? I'm going to show you all of these things practically during my next session, though. But I just want to give you a glimpse of what is possible with artificial intelligence today, right? So when I come over here again, if I just type over here something like, say, for instance, give me 5 4-word tips. Let me just give me 5, you know, 5-word tips on how to protect skin during summers. So now I'm going to tell ChatGPT to give me like a 5 points over here. Pretty interesting. Now, here it is. Here's the magic. I'm going to copy this text over here. Copy this entire text over here. Go to one of the tools by the name called InVideo. It's called InVideo. InVideo is again an AI-based video making tool. It can help you to create videos extremely, extremely fast. When I come over here, look at the magic. I'll go to this option called text to video. text to video. When I go to text to video, it's going to give me a template. What kind of template I want? Whether I want a video like this, whether I want a video like this, whether I want a video like this. Let's use this one. It looks very interesting. It also fits to my, persona as well. I'm going to pick up a video. I'm going to also get size. Whether I want a square size, whether I want a portrait size, what kind of size is the video that I want. Let me choose square for now. And I say use this template. Now look at the magic. I can simply paste my content over here. This is my 5 points or 5 ways to protect, or your 5 ways how to protect your skin during summers. And these are my 5 points over here. And now I'm going to tell the software to create scenes for me. It is going to actually decide based on my word. It's going to pick up a video footage for me, and it's going to make me a video in the next 30 seconds, right? Not all the scenes will be perfect, but thing is, I can edit them later if I want to do that. Now look at the magic, all right? It gave me 5 ways how to protect skin during summers. This is my first scene, right? My second scene is apply sunscreen every day. Third scene is stay hydrated, drink plenty of water. Fourth is wear protective gears. Fifth is avoid sun's exposure during midday, and first is prevent dryness. Now, if I want, if I don't want to use this product, I can change these images. I can simply go to images right now. I can search for a sunscreen, okay, or applying sunscreen over here, and then I can change these aspects. I can change all of these. I can change all of these, scenes. I can just simply drag and drop, and I can change these scenes. So I can also replace, whatever I want. Instead of this, I can use this, right? Then I can simply go back to my scenes over here. So basically, every single thing you see is editable. I can edit every single aspect of it. I find this perfect. This is something which I want to change again. I'll go to my videos. I'll just probably have, beach, sun, right? Let's see if I can find some very interesting video. Let me just put any image, when I just say, girl with a hat, right? Because again, that's a very, 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 this is what I simply want. I can just simply, again, pick and choose this one, this image. So I can simply just, replace whatever images I don't like with the images that I like, okay? And finally, the last image, prevent dryness. I'll just probably, again, go to my images. I'll just simply say, dry skin, and I'll just simply, again, replace it with whatever I want, right? Now look at this. Okay. Now, once I have basically, or let me just also put it there, for example, applying cream. Let me put it this way. Okay. Replace it. Now look at this. Now this is my script. Everything is done. Everything is over. When I play this video, how many guys have found this to be wow? Like you're totally mind blown with this completely, right? And you're completely mind blown with what the software can actually do. Now there'll be no copyright issues in this particular thing. Why? Because all the images are taken from open sources today, right? And most importantly, there'll be no the application is called InVideo, right? InVideo is the application name. It's a freemium tool, half free, half paid. With the free version, you can get these videos over here. If you want a more HD version videos, you can go for the paid version of it. Okay. So basically, I mean, this is some free tools available in the market. Whatever tools are completely free, they're not paid for actually at all, right? But today, if you think that creating content, is basically a difficult task, let me tell you, creating content is no longer difficult in today's time. Today, how do you think so many people are there out there? They're creating so many videos, so much of content, building their brand, giving value, getting patients to their clinics. Okay, completely from what? By using AI. So when I say today, when I come back to my old statement, when I say today that machines are learning, right? This is what I basically meant by that. That actually today machines are learning. We're living in this state where you're living in the best time in the entire human history. We're witnessing what we call as a revolution today in front of our eyes, right? And if you're not ahead of the time, imagine if other people are ahead of the time. Do you think we lose out a lot? So how many guys over here can commit me that from today onwards, you try to at least build your brand online? You'll try to at least go out there, do something in the online space, and try to get more patients for you. How many guys over here want to get into action right now? Give me a quick action on chat box, right? And I'm going to show you today actionable tips on how can you build your brand online with me in the next 1.5 hour. This was just a trailer which I showed you. I've got much, much more than this today, right? So let's get started. Okay, and basically, let's kind of go ahead. I'm going to take all the questions towards the end about whatever you have about your GPT-4 and all. So, pardon because I have a lot of cover today, right? I have a lot of ground to cover today, but don't worry, I'll answer all your questions towards the end. We have a special 15-minute question answer round towards the end. All right. So, you see, people in 2000, when they used to go to a place, they should just see a thing. But people in 2023, every single person today is recording every single moment of their lives. They're shooting something or the other, right? That's the kind of stage we're living in right now. You see, earlier, patients used to be waiting in line to get into the clinic. But in 2023 today, patients and doctors go online, especially after pandemic. There are so many people after pandemic who basically came in and who actually wanted to kind of go online, right? Who don't prefer to wait in line anymore. I don't even remember last time when I basically went to a doctor physically. Everything basically is a teleconsultation most of the times, right? Unless and until I have to show something, that's a different story, obviously. In your profession, maybe physical meetings are more important because to see what is wrong with the skin and analyze it and test it. No doubt about it. I'm not saying physical is not important, but today patients want convenience, and if we are not able to change with time, okay, then time will change us, right? As simple as that. So if you see, pandemic has forced patient to come online. And today the entire world is changing. The question is, are we changing with the world? You see, the entire world today is divided into two parts. It's no longer about AD or BC anymore. It's about life before mobile and life after mobile, correct? There's only two worlds that we're living in right now. And if you relate to all of these things, give me a quick I do in the chat box. I'm going to talk about some instances right now. In case you relate to this, give me a quick I do on the chat box. Okay. So let's take, for example, earlier, the way we watch TV have changed. Earlier, we used to watch TV as one big family. But today, we all binge watch an entire thing, on our mobile devices and wherever we go, right? You see, earlier, we used to wait for one week for the episodes to come. But today we want to binge watch an entire thing in one single night, right? Earlier we used to basically call up people, call up the restaurant. But today we prefer chatting. We prefer ordering online. The way we order cabs have changed. We don't read books anymore. The way we listen to songs have also changed. Earlier we used to download songs on our iTunes and transfer from there to our phones. But today there are streaming apps that can do exactly the same thing, right? And even the way we are attracting patients is also changing. You see, today there are new age doctors who are using new age mediums to get more people, than before. So, don't you think that we should also change with time? Give me a quick yes in case you feel today, yes, I should also change with time right now. I should be using digital to get more patients in my clinic, right? And that's the kind of state we're living in right now. So let's understand that how do we take the digital route and how do we kind of go forward? You see, today the entire world went through three big changes. The first big change was what we call as the industrial revolution. When our fathers, forefathers used to basically work in factories and manufacturing units. The second biggest change came globalization, when international companies came to India and we went international as well. But third biggest change today is what we call as digital revolution. It's true for any country, actually, not only India, but any country in the world. All the countries which are evolution, which are going forward, are going to see big changes. Industrial revolution, globalization, and the digital revolution is happening. But digital revolution has no countries, no boundaries. No matter whichever part in the world you are, today we all have equal opportunity. You can get patients anywhere. We are living in a global village, right? Today, if you see, digital is a lifestyle. Most importantly, you know, you see, even your patient journey is changing. Let's look at a patient journey before the entire online boom. So patients used to earlier experience symptoms, he used to research, share his, just ask his one of his friends, whom should I go, what should I do? Is it, do you need doctor to me? They say, yes, I know doctor is very good. Then the person is to make a healthcare practitioner's appointment. After that, the patient doctor is to interact. Doctor referred some lab testing. You put some diagnosis to them, right? And then the patient used to select a treatment. I mean, he used to select whether you go or not to go for it. And finally, he used to go for the treatment, right? But today, what's happening? Let's understand that. Today, patients start to believe that they are doctors. Sometimes does it happen to you that before patients come into you, they actually know what they're going through, right? Yeah, does it happen to you? They actually research and they come and they tell you, I have this problem. They might be completely wrong. That's why you are needed. But today's patients actually are doing that, right? And they're searching for doctors online. They're looking at which doctors got the best rating online, right? After that, what happens is, doctor meets, and when doctor gives a prescription or a consultation, he doesn't take the prescription as a face value. He'll go and search, right? He'll go and see which is a cheaper alternative available, and then he'll go and buy that cream or buy that lotion or buy that tablets for himself. Then whatever diagnosis we give him, he'll not take it for face value. He'll go and search. He'll try to find four other options and then decide whether to go or not to go for it, right? And that's the kind of things which are changing today. How many people over here today have faced this, time and again? Okay, and you actually experience this happening at your end as well. Give me a quick eye on chat box in case this is happening to all of you right now, right? So Dr. Vignesh, he's asking a very interesting question: how to stand out with large amount of content? Well, don't worry, I'm going to show. That's exactly what I'm going to show you today. You know that how do you stand out today in the market, right? There will be content. There will be people who will posting it. It was there today. Before it was there today also, right? But what makes the differentiation is you. Is the way you see, the way you connect with people, the way you share your stories, the way you are showing authenticity. That is the key aspect over here, right? Okay, so let's now get into action and let's look at what is the benefit of going online. Why should you basically start going online for the first time itself? So first thing first, today if you see patients today are looking for a skilled healthcare practitioner. The way you're looking for patients are looking more, for you. But the problem is sometimes they find you, sometimes they don't. Right. Second thing is, the benefit also going online. A benefit also like doing marketing is to basically also you can manage patients who are unable to visit you for some time. Maybe you can start with giving advice to them online itself, and most importantly, digital can also help you to get wider reach in brand building. Right? That's the idea over here. Right. So I'm going to outline a step-by-step approach on how can you build a patient flow, increase your patient flow into your clinic in a very easy fashion. The first step, the first beginning, is basically okay. Can someone tell me what is the most important thing or most important element in your body without which nobody can survive? I mean, not really element, but I would say a thing in your body which nobody can survive. What is the most important thing in every human being that makes them unique and without which nobody can survive? What is it? Put your answer in chat box for me. Water, okay. It's not an element actually. It's not water, fire, earth. It's actually it's a part of your body which you cannot see. What is it? Okay, brain, curiosity, okay. Something more. It's the first thing that comes to your body and first thing that goes out from your body. What is it called? First thing that comes in and first thing that goes out.
खत्म हुआ बाबू
First thing comes in, first thing goes out. Soul, exactly correct. Soul, yeah. Soul is the most important thing. Without a soul, we cannot do anything. Soul is one of the most important thing, right? So the soul in the internet, the soul in the digital world is what we call is a website. Without a website, you cannot do your marketing. You cannot build a personal brand. My request to every doctor today is the first thing to do is first to build your website. Now, some of you might be having profiles on third-party platforms, right? That's fine, but you should have a personal brand, because website is like a soul in digital. Now, how do you build one? How do you basically build a website for yourself? Let me show you a very easy fashion for that. Okay, my next session I'm going to do in detail though, but let me now today show you exactly like how do we really go about it in detail, like and basically in a very good fashion. So the first step, I think, can someone just mute? There's one disturbance happening in the background. Can someone just mute the person who's there's a background noise happening? Yeah, thank you. Okay. So yes, WordPress is a very good option, but let me just go step by step. Let me just jump. Let me just go step by step. That's the easier fashion. That's the easier thing I can actually do, right? So the first step is to basically, go for a platform called you just go to a platform called GoDaddy. Once you come over here, you need to basically put down. You need to just simply buy your own domain name. So let me give an example to you. Let's take there's a doctor called Vignesh Narayanan. Narayan. Let me just put his name. So I'll just put say Vignesh Narayan.com. Okay, I misspelled your name. My bad. I'll just type it again. VigneshNarayan.com. Right now, when I say VigneshNarayan.com or let's say DrVigneshNarayan.com, I'm getting this domain for just a price of $8.99, which is very, very cheap at this point in time. Right. But let's take, for instance, You know, if I want to, now this is what we call as a domain name. What's a domain name? It's basically identity. It's like a trademark. It's like a contact number in a person's book. Whenever somebody wants to know about somebody, what's the first thing they do? Suppose somebody has heard your name, they want to know more about you. What is the first thing they would do? They would search about you. Okay, and because they're searching about you online, right? And if you're not visible, or if you're not available, you know, wouldn't like how would they understand your credentials? How would they understand what you basically do? Right, which is why it's extremely important to first of all ensure that you book your domain names. So what happens if you do not book your domain names? Let me give an example to you. Suppose I type a domain called dharmacare.com, right? Or let me just put something like, say, for example, dermatnearyou.com, right? Now, this domain name is also available at a very cheap price. It's a good name. You should buy it out if you can, right? Let me just put drdermat.com. Okay. Now, when you basically go and buy all of these names, which are very unique, they'll first of all help you to rank you on top on Google searches. You know, if you are able to somehow purchase this kind of domain names, it will basically give you a lot of branding. Okay, we also normally call this as search engine optimization. Now, I'll give an example to you. Okay, Dermat in Mumbai. Let's see if it's available or not available. Mumbai is a place in India, just in case somebody is not aware, because some people from outside Mumbai, outside India as well, right? Now, some names will be coming at an expensive price, because we normally call this phenomena what we call as domain investing. So I know how people invest in bitcoins, they invest in shares. Same way, people also basically invest in domain names as well. Now, why do they invest in domain names? Because when you invest in a domain name, that basically helps you to rank on top on Google search. Like I'll give an example of my industry. In your industry, because the awareness is usually very less, this is available for very cheap price. So you can take advantage of that. But suppose if I want to buy a domain name called fashionluxury.com, can someone make a wild guess how much would this domain name be for? Yeah. Can someone make a wild guess how much is domain? So if Vignesh Narayanan, Dr. Dermatologist Mumbai is available for, just a price of $899. Can someone tell me, how much would this domain name, such as domain name, say for example, like fashionluxury.com be for? Any idea? Make a wild guess. Give me a price in the chat box. Give me a price in the chat box. Give me any price. 4,000, 1 lakh. Okay. Okay. You don't see how much is it for? This domain name is currently for only and only price of 15.5 lakh rupees. Right. The question is, why is it so expensive? It's expensive because, this is the most searched word on the internet, right? And because when people search these words on the internet, and these kind of words help you to rank on top on Google searches. Why? This is normally called, we normally call this the exact match domain, right? Yes, if you have single word in your domain, it actually help you, Chirag, because if you have any word, in your domain name, which people search for, right, it'll actually help you to kind of, get better SEO done for you, because people search in that fashion. Google also prefers you to be that way. Like, to give one more example to you, suppose I want to search for this word called bestcliniclinic.com. Look at this, it's for 90,000 rupees. Now, why is that? Because some smart person bought the domain name, they kept it themselves, and now they're selling it for an expensive price, right? Yes, you have to build a website, but building a website is not an expensive affair. Building website is the easier part. What is not easy is to basically get the domain name sometimes, because sometimes when you whatever domain name you want, sometimes those names are not available, they're booked in the market, right? And if they're booked, somebody's selling for an expensive price, which is why it's extremely important for you to book your domain name. And if you don't book your domain name, somebody else will book it on your behalf and then sell you for an expensive price. Which is why you should be aware, they should be digitally aware that when you launch a clinic name, when you file your trademark, when you basically launch your name, the first thing you should be doing is, you know, you should basically be getting your domain names with yourself. But if you do not have that, then there's no point. So Dr. Adhik, I absolutely agree. The word with dermatology is better, because that will actually, help you to kind of also know, like, let people know about your brand. But sometimes these words like skin clinic are more expensive, is because people do not on Google, people on Google don't search as dermatology. They normally search with they normally search with this word called skin clinic, right? Because that's a more easier word for them to search about, right? So normally, when it comes to website industry, you know, we actually start looking at, you should always start looking things from a, you know from a customer perspective. What are customers searching about? Okay, maybe doctors must be using a different terminology, internally, but customers don't use the same terms as what doctors do. right? To give you like a stark example, look at this. I just did a quick, search about uh, people who were searching about the word skin clinic and people were searching about the word dermatology, right? Guess what? Skin clinic is searched almost 2x time, 2 times more as compared to dermatology, which is why in the digital world, what typically happens is people who make websites, people who do SEO, people who believe in digital first economy, they will try to secure domain names, which people search about the most, right? And that's how it is, correct? Because typically what happens is, when people are searching, people think from a consumer perspective, and in a digital world, having consumer lens is extremely, extremely important, right? So which is why the first thing you should be doing is secure your domain names, because when you secure domain names, it will basically help you to build your brand. Yes, in case you want to have a separate thing for clinic and separate and a separate thing for your personal brand, you can have two separate names. Just in case you're having a ortho and skin clinic together, maybe then you have a combined brand name. You can have your domain name with your brand name itself. But and then you can do SEO on any name, not necessarily do it on skin clinic and derma clinic, to be very honest. Okay, but why I'm telling this to you, because from SEO perspective, this really helps. Nothing else. Okay. So don't worry about that. I'll explain that to you how it's to be done. All right. So no, it's not about big or small domain name. See, domain names will not help you to rank on top, Jalun. What will help you to rank on top is how much content you're providing. What is the kind of quality content you're providing? That's more important. Now, this is your first step, is to start basically looking at your SEO, or sorry, looking at your website. The first step is to build your online presence. Your online presence can only be built from a website perspective, right? So it can be any website. Obviously, a paid website is better because the website will actually help you to do that. But there are a lot of tools available today to build a website also from scratch. Okay. In case you have time, you build it on your own. If you don't have a time, you can also get a developer to do it for you, right? Either or. But the idea is that the idea in this session is to empower all of you. So I'm going to show you a lot of tools which will help you to build your stuff for free, right? So basically, you have to still buy a domain name. But domain name will not come for free. Okay. Uh, Along with domain name, second stuff you have to buy is what we call as the hosting. Now, what's the hosting? Hosting basically is, say for instance, like a space. So if you have a mobile phone, you have a space in mobile phones. You have like a memory chip in your mobile phone, right? It has a 128 GB or 50 GB, 100 GB space in your cell phones right now. Same logic, So you need to also buy a space in the internet, and then you need to host your information about you, your clinic appointments, booking appointments, everything onto that space over there. Moment you basically put that stuff and you basically put it on the space, that is basically what will help you to kind of get people to know more about you. That's called a hosting is what, it's like a hard disk, it's like a server. Okay, you have to put all your website files over there, and when you put your website files over there, that will basically help you to build your website from scratch. So we have Squarespace in the market, but along with apart from Squarespace, in case you want to build it at a very economical cost to give it a shot, just from presence perspective, try Wix, Wix.com. I'll be showing you practically about how do we use Wix in my next session. In my next session, I'll actually probably make a website and show you live in about half an hour. All right, we'll take one of your doctor friends over here and we'll make a website for him or her. Right. Number two, okay, apart from Wix, you can also basically use. So I would recommend, in case you're going for a paid option, I would always recommend you to go for a WordPress. WordPress is the best, but WordPress doesn't require any maintenance cost over a period of time, right? Though in WordPress, you can also do it on your own, but then WordPress requires a little bit of learning curve. But today, 65% of all the websites in the world are built on WordPress, right? And also WordPress is a very cheap to make. Like for example, a 5-page website, if you want a good design, a good quality, you know, basically can it can actually help you to what do we say? I mean, if you want a good quality, good design websites, you can actually make it very, very fast. Now, just in case, like when you want to buy clothes in the market, right? When you want to buy clothes in the market, what is cheaper? Is ready-made clothes more cheap, or tailor-made clothes are more cheaper? What do you think? What's more cheaper? Ready-made or tailor-made? Ready-made, obviously, right? So like this, there also today in the market, there are also ready-made websites available for you, just in case you want to build one. But I think this will require a little bit of learning curve, right? So you can simply go to the website called Theme Forest. It's a website. It's like a Flipkart of websites. Suppose I just type over here skin clinic, or if I just type dermatology, okay, dermatologist, right? I just simply go and search. It will give me a ready-made website, a pre-built website template. I can either take inspiration from here, or I can actually, I can simply just, take up the entire website for myself. I can simply buy it out. Moment I buy this entire website out, right, I can actually build my website from scratch. So I can just show you like a small demo of this website. This is so this is basically how the website will look like. So once you buy this template out, you just have to simply change the logo, change the names, change change everything. It'll come with images and everything for you to change all the aspects. And your website can be ready probably within a week, and you can actually like give it to you. So everything is done for you basically over here. Every single aspect done for you. You can promote products, you can promote your, yourself, you can promote your client testimonials, show your address, everything. Pretty easy, right? So today, you should just be aware of where to find what aspects. Everything is available on the internet today. Well, Smriti is saying that WordPress is not a good idea but get hacked. Well, yes, WordPress gets hacked if you use a pirated version, right? So what typically happens usually is, people whose things get hacked usually, is because your developer has used something which is pirated. He took a shortcut in life, right? uh, on the internet, you should not be using anything pirated. I would say pay a little more, but ensure that you get authentic stuff itself. If you have bought something authentic, you will never get face the issue of hacking, right? Well, there are AI tools, Dr. Vignesh, for doing that, but then they're not currently evolved yet, to be very honest. AI can be used for writing content, but for building websites, you have to use a template itself. That's the easiest way to build a website for yourself. Okay. Dr. Shreya Singh, how frequently should you update content? See, if you're doing SEO, right, then you need to kind of keep on, putting new content at least once a week, because that will actually help you to, to kind of build your brand online, if nothing else. All right. So that's what really it is. Okay, so for so good, everybody, is everybody enjoying till now? Are you guys learning something new, something more interesting so far? Are you guys enjoying it till now? Quick pulse check. Give me a quick yes in case you're loving this so far. In case you're getting a lot of value over here currently, right? Yeah. So this is your first step. First step is to basically start building your site, building your identity, right? And I always recommend people to actually, build their websites, because, because if you do not build a website yourself today, you'll be out of the race. See, we're already behind our race because there are already new age doctors, new age people who are doing this much better than us. Correct? So if you see, just to recap, what is the first thing you should do? Buy a domain name. Second thing is you should be doing is secure the domain before anybody else purchases this. Number three, buy a hosting. Right. Number four, your website should pass what we call is a 10-second test. What's the 10-second test? In the first 10 seconds, I should be able to understand, they should be able to understand what are the services you offer. You know, if you are going to say, for example, just leave him at a very broad level or confuse the person, he will never ever come to you and inquire and book an appointment with you, right? And most important today, I believe the content has to be very simple. you know you basically have to have very simple content, and your website should be responsive in nature. Responsive basically means what? The one website should work on mobile phone, tablet, computer, all the places. And most important today, you know you require a minimal maintenance cost. When using things like WordPress, you don't require too much of maintenance cost. It's actually very, very simple, right? Today most of the big companies like TechCrunch, BBC, MTV, Facebook, they all use WordPress. As I told you, you can use Wix and ThemeForest for building your websites. Now, to give you an example, look at this. There's a website which I saw, of basically, a doctor called the Aesthetic Clinic, right? Doctor's name was Rinki Kapoor, right? Now she comes up on top whenever I search for something like, say, best doctors around me, or best dermatologist, best cosmetic dermatologist. I found a website coming up on top, which actually made a very good website, right? And the many doctors were doing that. Okay, the many clinics were doing that. This is a clinic website, but they're also putting the doctor's profile within the clinic itself. That's what is helping them to, build their own brand. That's the first step in the digital marketing space, is to build your website. Okay. Now, where do you buy a domain? Where do you buy a domain hosting from? You can buy both from GoDaddy itself. So my recommendation is buy from one player in case you are not very tech savvy, because that will actually help you to, like, you don't have to connect hosting and domain together. In case you're buying from somewhere else, there's a procedure where we do. When you buy a hosting, you get a name server. You have to copy the name servers, put in a domain name, and they both get linked. It's like a 2-minute job, not very difficult. Any YouTube video will show that to you. I can also show that in my next session when I am going practical. Today, the idea is I'll give you the building blocks, and next session I'll build on the building blocks and I'll show you practically how it's done. So this is your first step. So any questions regarding website development so far? Anybody that you have? I'll take up 2 minutes. I can answer some questions over here. Then I move to the next topic. So, anybody has any questions so far? Feel free to ask on chat box. If you're so far, if you're so good, give me a quick good on chat box. If you're so far so good, give me a quick good on chat box. In case we have some questions, feel free to ask. More than happy to answer you all. Okay, how to get content for the website? So, Dr. Smithy, as I told you, you can use any of the AI tools still now. Like we use ChatGPT. You can just you have to think about the outline, right? What kind of content to be there, and then you can basically ask ChatGPT write it for you. They'll write it for you. Then you can modify it. See, don't rely completely on AI based content. I saw somebody in the top was telling that AI based content Google doesn't rank on top, but that's not true, to be very honest. I know lots of websites right now which are ranking AI based content because I do this day in and day out, and I also observe a lot of websites myself, right? You have to modify the content. You can't take content at face value. See, because what is when you put a content on the internet, it should reflect you. It should reflect your own wisdom, your experience, right? So they'll give you a building block, but then you can modify the content as per your own wish, right? To do that. Okay. VK saying search engines are being updated, ignoring AI. So as I told you, VK, that's not completely true. If you're able to somehow add, edit, put it in your own perspective, it will actually help you to have great, clean content. Okay. How frequently should content be posted on the website? Well, Nella, you should be ideally, you should really, if you really ask me, I would recommend people to post once every day. That's too much. At least once in a week to start off with. Okay. But like if you create a WordPress page, does it automatically have a hosting name, domain name? Well, yes, but WordPress pages are a blog. This WordPress is a different WordPress. It comes free with the hosting. So what WordPress is talking about is a blog WordPress. Blog WordPress will not help you to rank on top. They'll give you a subdomain. It will be drvignesh.wordpress.com. That sometimes doesn't really help you, right? Which is why, apart from creating a page, my recommendation to you would be, that rather than that, you should basically be trying to, get yourself what we call is a proper website, right? You basically get a website and you could get WordPress free with your hosting any which ways. Okay, Dr. Ishan is saying, isn't Final Cut Pro better than video? Well, Ishan, Final Cut Pro requires a lot of experience. Final Cut Pro only works on Mac, and Final Cut Pro is a software. It's not an AI based tool. In video is an AI based tool. It's for people who do things quick. In Final Cut Pro, to figure out the video, put it together, stitch it together, edit together, that's going to take you a lot of time. So to make one video in Final Cut Pro will probably take you half an hour. We did the same thing in 5 minutes. That's the difference between both of them, right? So it's a preference. If you know about Final Cut Pro, use Final Cut Pro. But I'm saying if you want to do things faster, use AI. That's the idea. And Final Cut Pro is not free, it's paid. So you basically have to pay for it as well. All right, so cool. So let's move forward now. Okay. What's the best site for free WordPress? Well, this site for free WordPress funnel. WordPress is free by default. But WordPress, it's like, let's take Google Docs. Google Docs is completely free, but what you do with Google Docs is your choice, right? So typically what happens is that, you need to put WordPress onto a server. That will cost you money. WordPress is free. That's the idea. Okay. And for free, and WordPress has a marketplace. Like how you got a Google Play Store, the same way WordPress also has a marketplace. Anybody over there can simply just, in the marketplace can actually go, like you can look at free themes, you get paid themes. Free theme design will be very okay. Paid themes have a good design. So that's a trade-off you make. If you want to have a basic website, go for the free version. You basically want to have a professional website, go for the paid version, right? So more than quantity, quality is important. If you something good quality, that's a good thing. Anita Mirani ji, the software is called InVideo, right? That's the thing. Okay. Which video app makes edit video fast and easy in paid and both free? Okay. So if you want really a paid version, there's a software called Filmora. 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 At Filmora, you'll be able to, edit videos very easily. It doesn't require too much technical knowledge like what a Final Cut Pro does. So it's a paid tool. In case you want a cloud-based editor, InVideo can also edit the videos for you as well. Okay, but then that requires a little bit of manual work. Okay, so Filmora, InVideo are two tools which you can work for absolutely free. Dr. Radhika, when somebody makes a content through ChatGPT, that content belongs to the owner of the prompt, the person who gives a command, because the way you give a command is totally different. So see, it's not just about you just simply putting a command and ask them to write content. You have to explain your problem and then ask them to generate content, right? So which is why when you are putting on ChatGPT, is your ownership. It's copyrighted by you, not by the software itself. So you can use it. It's completely legal. There's no problem on that. Also, good post design, you can use Canva. Canva is a very good, tool. Dr. Radhika, when somebody makes a content through Chat GPT, that content belongs to the owner of the prompt, the person who gives a command. Because the way you give a command is totally different. So see, it's not just about you just simply putting a command and ask them to write content. You have to explain your problem and then ask them to generate content, right? So which is why when you are putting on ChatGPT, is your ownership. It's copyrighted by you, not by the software itself. So you can use it. It's completely legal. There's no problem on that. The entire year, that's the annual cost which you have to basically pay, Vivekji. All right, so let's move forward, everybody. Then, okay. So after you build a website, what's the next step you should be doing? The next step after you build a website for yourself is to basically now, you start uh, basically doing what we call is SEO, or search engine optimization, right? So you need to ensure that you basically start building your SEO for yourself. Now the question is, how do we do SEO? What is the SEO first of all? So when you Google search something, there are two results which come on top. One is the paid result. You see some ads coming up on top, and one is the results that you see at the bottom, which comes for absolutely free of cost, right? So the one that basically comes in free of cost, that basically is essentially SEO, and the one that gives it on top is basically paid for. That basically is SEM. Okay, so you can see over here, when I search for something like best skin clinics near me, I can see some ads coming up on top. Top skin specialist in Pune, top dermatology clinic in Pune, right? This is SEM. What you see at the bottom over here, places over here is called SEO. This is now what you see on top is also called as Google Maps. I will discuss about this in my next session. Okay, not next, but next to next session, where when I speak about how do you build a brand online, right? For branding, we normally use SEO a lot. I'll go in detail in SEO in branding session, right? But normally we do SEO because we want to get a lot of traffic, we want to get a lot of people coming to our website, right? Now, why SEO? Because SEO is completely free. It doesn't cost you a single rupee. In case you want to do SEO, you don't have to pay a single rupee for it. Number two, it's more credible. Today with SEO, when I rank on top, when I'm coming on top on Google search, people believe that I'm one of the best dermatologists. Do you think so? When people actually Google you and they find you on top, Google, they believe whatever Google says them. Yes, no, maybe. What do you guys think? Yeah. Okay. So best actually does, so it has the credibility. In fact, today people trust Google more than they trust themselves. Most importantly, today any business, anyone can come online, but it requires a little bit of hard work. It is not something which is actually free. It requires a little bit of hard work. So let me kind of explain to you how it's done. Okay. Let me first show you practically how it's done rather than showing it theoretically. Suppose if I go to Google right now and let me just share my screen again, and let me show you something very interesting. So let's take if I just go to Google and type over here best dermatologist in Pune. I found some ad coming up on top. See by Dr. Batra Tracto. This is called SEM, Search Engine Marketing, right? And what you see at the bottom over here is called SEO, Search Engine Optimization. Now let's forget this bigger websites for a while. Practo, Clinic Sports, Liberate, Just Dial. Let's look at somebody who is a normal doctor like you and me. Look at this website called dailyaesthetics.com or Ask Apollo or this one clearskin.in. Now why are they coming up on top? Why is this website called say Nittle Skin Clinic coming up on top? Right? It's coming up on top because they've applied a principle of SEO, search engine optimization. So whatever you want to rank on top for, let's say I want to rank on top of this word called best skin clinic. I have to ensure that I basically put in this word over here. See, skin specialist or dermatology in Pune, right? I put this keyword over here in the heading. Then you also basically put the same thing, skin specialist in Pune. You also put the same thing in the first paragraph. Okay. You also put the same thing over here. You see in the paragraph, skin specialist in Pune or near me or nearby, right? And then again over here, dermatology skin clinic in Pune. So they've repeated this keyword in strategic places in the heading, body copy, in the inner subheadings, in the further paragraphs. So you have to ensure that you strategically repeat these keywords so Google can understand that what you're trying to say, and because of which it can actually rank you on top. Now tell me something. Is this stuff very easy to do? Give me a quick yes or no in chat. What do you think? Putting keywords, putting words on the web page. Is it easy to do? Yes or no? What do you all think? Yes or no? Well, it is easy. It's not difficult. It's just content writing. Okay, it looks difficult. It's not difficult. But let's take a very practical example. Okay, of this. So I'll talk about how to find an example, Dr. Sheet. Don't worry. Let's say there are two people. Let me take example of Dr. Smriti and Dr. Harpreet. Suppose these two are competition and they both work out of Bombay and they both want to rank on word. They both want to rank on top of this word called best dermatologist in Mumbai. All right. Now, Dr. Harpreet, he repeats this keyword 20 times. And Dr. Smriti repeats this keyword 10 times. Who will come up on top? Dr. Smriti or Dr. Harpreet? Can someone just mute Dr. NK, please? I think there's some background music coming in. Okay. Can we mute? Thank you so much. Yeah. So, see who will come up on top? Dr. Harpreet or Dr. Smriti? Who do you think? Who will come up on top? If Dr. Harpreet is repeating this keyword 20 times, Dr. Smriti is repeating keyword 10 times, who will rank on top as per you? Dr. Harpreet, because he's repeating more number of times, but it doesn't work that way. If it worked that way, then anybody can come repeat 100 times and come on top, no? So there's a concept called keyword density. What is keyword density? Keyword density basically means what? It simply means that in every 100 words, how many times do you repeat the keywords? If you over repeat the keywords beyond one time in every 100 words, Google will consider you to be a spam, and because of which Google will not rank you on top. You can see over here, now why is this website ranking up on top? Skingenius.in. It's because number one, they got a very good domain name, Skin Genius. It's a fantastic domain name, right? Number two, they put these keywords over here. See, dermatologist in Mumbai, best dermatologist near me, dermatologist skincare specialist in Mumbai, right? So they basically kept on repeating this keyword in strategic places. Dermatology expertise in Mumbai, correct? Now, because they kept on repeating these keywords in Mumbai every single time, and they also put content and then the keyword, content and then the keyword, because of which the site is currently coming up on top, right? So typically, what happens is, you have to think from a consumer perspective. Don't think from a doctor's perspective. Think from a consumer perspective. How would a consumer search? What would consumer type? What would consumer do? Then you simply put those keywords in your web pages, right? So you have to keep in mind that you don't repeat the keywords more number of times. If you over repeat it, Google will consider it to be a spam, and Google will not rank you on top because of it. But suppose Dr. Harpreet knew his mistake right now. He repeated the keyword 20 times, he knew his mistake. Smriti only repeated the keyword 10 times. Can Dr. Harpreet right now correct his mistake? Yes or no? Can he ensure that he reduces repetition, or he actually, you know, condenses it? Can do that? Definitely yes. No, 100 is not the limit. I'm saying in every 100 words, you can only repeat the keyword once. Suppose if my blog article or my web page is about 1000 word article, I can only repeat the keyword 10 times in 1000 words. If my article is 2000 words, I can repeat the keyword 20 times in 2000 words. That's the logic behind Dr. Vignesh. All right. Now, what if Dr. Harpreet and Dr. Smriti, they both basically have the same keyword repetition? I mean, they both repeat the keyword exactly the same number of times. Then who will rank on top? Then who will rank on top? Harpreet, you think because he's a new one, but not really. That's where some more factors come in. Second factor that comes in over here basically is what we call as load speed. Whose website loads the fastest? Is Dr. Harpreet's website loading the fast or Dr. Smriti's website loading fast? So Dr. Harpreet's website loading in 2 seconds, Dr. Smriti's website loading in 4 seconds. Dr. Harpreet will get a chance, right? Then whose website is mobile compatible? Whose website is mobile friendly in nature? Whose website basically, actually is basically helping them, whose website is more user friendly? Whose website has got better URL? So all of these things basically matter. Now this entire phenomena, what we just saw right now, what we're just hearing right now, this entire phenomena is basically what we call is, on page SEO. What's on page SEO? On page SEO simply means what? Whatever SEO that happens on your page. Whatever SEO that happens on your page. To give an example again, why is Dr. Rinki Kapoor ranking up on top? Because she's put this keyword doctor on top. She put the keyword best dermatologist in India in her heading. She also put this keyword in the body copy. She also put this keyword best dermatologist in India. So basically, you have to ensure you know the right keywords. Need to also ensure your website loads very fast. Need to also ensure that you do not over repeat the keywords. If you repeat the keywords, Google will consider to be a spam. You also have to ensure that you have a best user experience. You basically have got a good looking, good designed, well designed website. And most importantly, you should also have a user friendly URL. I mean, like we saw Skin Genius, for example, right? So basically, if you have a good URL, if you got a user friendly website, that will actually help you to, you know, get better ranking and ultimately help you to rank on top. Are we clear, everybody, about this? This is called on-page SEO. This is what we call on-page SEO. So Raksha is asking me, does having SL increase traffic? Well, it's increase traffic to you. It will help you in SEO because one of the criteria on SEO is to also have a secured website, is to have a SSL certificate. SSL, for those who do not know, what is it? So you have a lock sign. Normally, when you do a banking transaction, they ask you to see a lock sign on the URL, or there's a secure thing. They have like a security thing on the domain name, and it's called a SSL certificate, right? So SSL basically helps you to help people to actually understand you're a secure website, or you're a very good website. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, so basically it's completely free. You normally get for free. When you buy a domain name or hosting, they normally give you nowadays for free of cost. It doesn't cost you any money. And even if you buy it, you can basically buy it from any hosting provider. Like GoDaddy can give it to you, or some other can give it to you. So it's very simple. Okay. So mostly get it for free only. You don't have to pay for it. Okay. Now, suppose, say for example, Dr. Harpreet, Dr. Smriti, they both, I mean, Dr. Harpreet saw this, all these errors in the website. What if he corrected all these things? What if his website loads in 2 seconds? His website right now is actually mobile friendly. His website right now is basically working compatible to all the things. Suppose all the two websites are exactly equal. Dr. Smriti website also gives a great experience. Dr. Harpreet's website also gives a great experience. Both the website gives a fantastic experience. If both the websites are similar, then what happens? Then what happens? Who will rank on top? If both the websites are exactly same in their strategy, then who will rank on top? Alphabetical, not really. If that is the logic, then all the doctors with A would have come up on top, no? Isn't it? Alternate searches, well, no, not really. So there's something like alternate search, to be very honest. Ratings, very good. So, then basically what matters over here is, like, how many other people talk about you. So what are the people? What are other people actually who talk about you? How do they talk about you? What are they doing? All those things also really matter a lot. Okay. And older websites doesn't matter because that way any new website will never rank on top. So it's not about older websites. It's actually about ensuring that you actually are somebody who is technically you know more and more, um, what do we say, you're giving value to people. That's the most important thing, right? You're giving value. So the more value you give to people, the better it is for you. So are we clear so far about this, everybody? That how do we do things? What do we do about it? How do we really go about that stuff? Yeah. Yeah, so domain study is very important, Raksha, but I don't want to go very technical today. Right? I'll talk about this aspects when I do advanced session with you in future, right? But then second aspect is what we call as off-page SEO. What is off-page SEO? Off-page simply means that how many other sites talk about you. Like you see over here, Dr. Rinki has been spoken most about. She keeps on coming in press a lot. She keeps on coming in Indian Express. She keeps on coming in healthshots.com. So a lot of other websites talk about Dr. Rinki. So that's called a backlink. What's a backlink? That how many other websites speak about you. Number one. Number two, social engagement. When she posts content on social media, how many of these contents get more likes, comments, shares on the internet? Then referral traffic. That how many people actually click on some other websites and come to our website. Then guest blogging. Is she contributing guest articles? Is she giving guest articles, guest blogging, videos? Is she basically putting videos on YouTube? Does the video get a lot of engagement? Then press releases. Suppose if I'm launching something new, I launch a new clinic, am I talking about in the press? Am I coming in media? You know, so all these things basically help you to build credibility. So off-page SEO is what is not in your control, is what other people speak about you, and does it really add a lot of credibility to you? So all of these things matter, and that's why you simply do SEO, or search engine optimization. That's the second step in digital marketing. So first is to build your website. Second step is to build your SEO. Are we clear about this, everybody? If you are, give me a quick yes on chat box. right? So the two kinds of SEO, on page and off page. Okay, on page and off page basically helps you both to balance your equation. Dr. is saying, okay, if we are changing our Google location, want to change our Google location, will our previous reviews and patients? No, that nothing will happen to your previous locations or previous thing. You change the address, they just change the address for you, and your previous reviews and everything remains same. It remains as it is. Don't worry about Dr. Harpreet. All right. Any other questions, anybody so far on this? On SEO till now, on page, off page, how does it really work? What typically happens? Any questions? Anybody? Okay. Now let's go forward then. Let's really go one step further. Okay. So in local SEO, there are two things that really matter. So when you put down, suppose when you do local SEO, Dr. Raksha, suppose you put your name as Dr. Raksha Venkat. Don't just put Dr. Raksha Venkat, put hyphen and you put skin clinic, dermatologist, top dermatologist near me, psoriasis, whatever you treat, just put those things, those words also in your title of your clinic. Number one. Number two, get more reviews. And when you get reviews, in the reviews also try to basically ask people to type in the word. She's the best dermatologist in Mumbai. She's the best dermatologist in India. She gives a fantastic skincare advice. So try to use the keywords that you want to rank on top for in your comment section as well. Right? So logic of SEO remains same. Whether you do SEO for a website or whether you do SEO for a Google My Business doesn't really matter. The logic is same. In the local SEO, you should also, when you have a website, you should also make a local page. So actually, when I make a page for myself from a doctor, if I make a page for myself on a website, I'll just probably try to optimize the word like best skincare specialist in India. Sorry, in Mumbai, right? Because why? Because currently I want to rank on top. I want to rank on top for myself. For my for my thing. So that's why. Okay. So you should always think like a user, to be very honest. Don't think like a doctor. Okay. When you think like a user, or whatever user searches for, try to put those keywords in your pages, and that will basically help you to rank on top on Google search. Okay. Hmm. Let's move forward then. Let's go to the third step right now. So, any questions on SEO till now, anybody? If you're all clear, give me a quick clear on chat box in case you're all good so far. In case you're still with me and you are getting 100% value till now, right? Okay. So let's move forward then, and let's go to the third step in our in our digital marketing journey, which basically is what we call is um, your social media, right? We look at social media marketing, right? Social media is very, very important. I don't need to stress upon the fact that why social media is important. I think you guys serve social media more than me nowadays, especially with the reels and other content plus coming in. It's very important, right? But most of the time, what happens in social media is what people don't understand social media. They don't really make social media outcome driven, you know. So we need to make social media more outcome driven. With outcome, what do I really mean by that? I really mean by that is that means, say for example, what's my objective? Is it to get more leads? Is it to get more customers to come to my clinic? Is it to get more branding? Is it to get people to just know about me? Right? And is it basically what we call as response management? I mean, how I reply to people, how I talk to people. You need to also keep in mind that you should reply to every customer's query that is coming to you, because that will basically help you to add credibility, add authenticity to yourself, right? So when we start putting content on social media, I've seen everybody just copy pasting the same content on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, right? Don't do that. I mean, so basically, my recommendation is never ever, you know, try to just put the same content everywhere. It doesn't really make any sense, right? So on Twitter, suppose you're using Twitter as a platform, try to put your content more from a real time perspective. That means try to have your content as if what is happening today, what's happening right now, you know. So suppose if I want to put a content, I'll just say I'm going to show you how to live a healthy lifestyle or how to take care of your skin right now in the summer. So I'll make it more active voice. But on Facebook, when I put in content, you know, I will Facebook requires engagement. It requires more people to have like, comment, share, right? So over there, my idea or my objective is to ensure, that basically I can actually get more engagement. So over there, I'll just probably put something. Did you know you can keep your health intact? You can keep your skin intact by doing these 5 tips. Which is your favorite one? Give me a comment on chat box. So I will invite people to talk to me. I'll invite people to put more comment. I'll invite people to, like, speak about it on the, on the chat, right? Or basically on the comment section. That will actually help me a lot, right? Instagram is all about case studies, pictures. So it'll say, here's a case study of a patient who reverse condition of psoriasis or who reverse condition of XYZ, you know, in his skin, and obviously take consent of the patient, and then you obviously put up on social media, put testimonials over there. That will really add more credibility. And on LinkedIn, you should only do it. You should only do it, like, when when we talk about from an office environment perspective, what to do to ensure your skin doesn't get dry in the AC, how to take your skin in an office environment, something of that sort. And on YouTube, you just simply say type sentence healthy environments and healthy habits to keep healthy fit. So, so your Twitter is more real time, Facebook Instagram is more engagement, LinkedIn is more professional, and YouTube is more visual. Right? So your content will differ platform to platform, and you need to customize your content as per different platforms for yourself. And that will basically what will help you to kind of build stuff or build your things online, right? And today again, there are plenty of tools to help you to create creatives, to help you to kind of like figure things out, right? um so to be very honest, so basically there are these today even Canva and all essentially help you to to basically build things up extremely fast. Okay. And one can actually use them also to kind of put your content together. Again, I'll cover, I'll basically cover more about how to use Canva and how do we kind of do things extremely quickly in my next session with you. But again, I just wanted to keep these tools handy, keep these tools in mind for yourself, so that so that you can actually know that these tools are going to be used. And next time when we come, next session when we come again on next Sunday, I would also want you all to make an account and come so that you don't really waste time in making accounts over there. Okay, I think somebody has to mute. There's somebody whose background is coming. Can someone just mute them, please? Thank you. Okay. So all I'm saying is, that you will need to essentially make an account. I'll put a list of tools today, on the chat box for all of you. Okay. And in the session when you come, my request to make an account on these softwares and come, because if you make an account and come, it will be easier. We can do more things. We can do more things faster. To be very honest, right? So that's the idea. That's the idea behind it. Okay. Mm, so so yes. So what about? So all I'm saying is today, like, everything is possible. You know, one can actually start building content. One can building things extremely fast. It is just that you need to simply ensure that you know which tools to actually use for. Let me just give you some
Definitely.
examples of the same right now. I'll share my screen one more time. Can somebody just mute in the background? There's somebody who's unmuted themselves. Can somebody just mute them? There's some background noise coming in. Okay. So to be successful in social media, what you require right now is something called as a content calendar. You need to start building what we call as a content calendar. We speak of content calendar more than a branding session, okay, in future. So, so basically what's content calendar? Content calendar simply means that, I can talk about quotes. I can speak about, I can put some quotes from some uh, famous doctors. I can basically put some tips. I can put some tutorials on how to apply these sunscreens and creams properly, right? I can put some short videos giving value to people. I can answer any frequently asked questions that people have. This is a random chart of content calendar which I have made. You can just pick and choose some inspiration from here, right? So, so to get lots and lots of organic content. This is organic content made by some doctor called Sandra Lee, and she said, are you a popaholic? And she basically, she actually put some value based content out there, right? So as you can see, somebody also basically put in results, cheek filter results by this company called Age Clock. The one Dr. Tanvi, where they also basically put in skincare in your 20s and 30s. How do you really go about it? They made it simple creatives, and they all must have used Canva and simple tools. So the people they hired must have used Canva and simple tools for themselves, right? So one can actually do this very quick, very fast, very quick, and you can start building a 30-day content calendar for yourself. So today, with softwares, it's possible to actually also, you know, build things extremely fast. Build your, build your websites, build your content, extremely fast with AI tools. And I don't have to really work hard or like, figure things out slowly. Today I can actually go quickly, build up things, get things done, and I can simply make some stunning images. Okay. Um, very quickly. So, it's mostly about um, ensuring that you somehow know, that how do we build things up, right? So one can do that as well. Okay. This is a content calendar. So content calendar is what you just organize your daily life. You organize your when you're going to put quotes, when you're going to put FAQs, when you're going to put some interesting topics, etc., etc. The social media. Now, once I've done this, once I've made a website, once I've done SEO, once I've done social media, the next step is to actually then go and then analyze, understand what is working, what's not working for you, right? Now, I'll give a demo of this analytics to you. I would want all of you to go to Google right now. Go to Google right now and search for my name. Search for my name called Hitesh Motwani. You can search for this word called digital marketing trainer. Digital marketing trainer. And maybe you'll find my website coming up on top on Google searches. Right. I'm going to use a tool. This tool is basically, by the way, called as Google Analytics, which is a completely free tool. Okay, with Google Analytics, I will be able to simply, ensure and put across my, my analytics in place. I can actually understand. Suppose you're doing SEO, you're doing social media. How do you know now what works, what's not working for you? Are people coming to your site and are they basically like, are they essentially giving, results, not giving results to you? How do I understand that? So when you go to my site, I'm going to show you analytics on my site. Okay, and I'm going to show you live that what are the kind of details I can see when somebody comes to my site over here, right? So I just go to my website called hiteshmotwani.com. Look at this. I can see there are about 7 people who have come on my site right now, right? When I go to my audiences, I go to my real time, I go to my overview over here. Look at this. You know, I go to my audiences over here, right? Suppose I got 9 people came to my site right now. 9 people, right? When I go to my location over here, I can also simply go and check where people coming from. I can see 12 of you came from India, 1 of you came from Nepal. And people who come from India, I can also say where they come from. So 4 from Mumbai, 4 I cannot track, 1 from Chennai, Gurgaon, Midar Bhayandar, Surat, and Thane. Right. I can then also check what's my traffic source. You know, and how do you come? So 12 of you came by Google search, 1 of you came directly. You directly type my name, my website, hiteshmotwani.com. Right. I can also go and check what content are you currently watching. So I can see 11 of you are on my homepage, 2 of you are on my digital marketing page. Now, why don't you just simply surf and go to some other page? So from that page, why don't you go to some other page? Maybe, say for example, maybe you can go to what we call is, you know, about us page or a contact page or whatever page you want. Just go to any of my other pages. So you can see, the moment you change the page, I can also track in real time which page did you go to, right? So everything can be tracked in digital world. I can track exactly where you are, what you do, where you come from, right? And suppose there's a WhatsApp button, there's a call button on top. So suppose you're going to WhatsApp button, suppose you're going to call button, okay, on top. I can also check how many people are taking any call to action. So if your customers are filling up a form, if your customers are taking on WhatsApp, if your customers are chatting with you, I can even understand that as well, right? So every single thing can be tracked. And you see, this is the power of digital. Today, digital can help you understand your consumer behavior online. So you know exactly what is working for you, and whatever is working for you, keep on investing more in that. Whatever does not work for you, you stop basically using that for yourself. How many guys over here found this to be extremely wow? Give me a quick wow on chat box. Right. The website is called Analytics. It's called Google Analytics. It's called analytics.google.com. Right. So when you go to this site, you have to register this site. Register yourself on this website, and you have to link your website with this site. When you link your website with this site, you'll be able to track every single aspect. What is working, what is not working, how it is going, how it's not going for you. You can track all the aspects very quickly, right? So so the thing is, when you're doing a marketing, when you're doing marketing for increasing patient flow, right? You're not just doing it by chance. It's a proven science. You can actually see what's happening. You can see where people are coming from, what are they doing, what are they not doing. You can check all those aspects very quickly. And that's the power of digital, my friends. That's the power of online media, my friends. Why? Because I mean, every single thing is trackable. Fair enough, everybody? Yeah. So, you need to put together analytics in place. And analytics can only happen, when you are actually ensuring that you basically have Google Analytics. It's a completely free software. It doesn't cost you any money. Completely free. Okay. Next step after you look at Google Analytics is to then now look at branding. So now I'll basically start looking at my brand aspect. What is branding? Branding basically is nothing but it is having consistency. Because consistency basically means what? In plain simple words, you know, say for example, Dr. Rajeshwari, this is a clinic that I saw, on LinkedIn saying Dr. Rajeshwari's Skin and Health Hair Clinic Restoration Center. Now, why is she coming up on top? Is because she actually put this word Skin and Hair Restoration Center, or Skin and Hair Clinic, okay, over there. Now, what is this brand in front of you? This brand is Cafe Coffee Day, very famous brand, right? Okay. So basically, what is special about Cafe Coffee Day? Special about Cafe Coffee Day is wherever you go, whichever Cafe Coffee Day you go to, it's consistent. It all looks the same, right? So this is a guy called Robin Sharma, a very famous author, who's the author of this book called 5 a.m. Club, right? And the monk who sold his Ferrari. Now, why is he ranking up on top? Like, what's his color scheme? Color scheme is what? Purple, black, and white. When you make a social media post, it's all purple, black, and white. When you make his YouTube channel, he's consistently putting the same similar thumbnail, black and white, black and white, black and white, black and white. That's what basically helps him, to kind of be visible and be ultimately rank on top, because it actually helps him to have consistency in profile. What's branding? Branding is like when you go to a store, you see a Cadbury chocolate from far. You know that Cadbury chocolate is actually there. Or suppose when you walk into a retail outlet, you see a UV Dove, like a uh, sunscreen lotion, the best sunscreen lotion, by Brinton, right? From far that this is the brand. This is the brand that I should be recommending to my patients, right? Now, how do you know that? It's because the branding, because the color scheme, because the color scheme is so distinct, right? And I can see, UV Dove from far itself, right? I know when I see it from far, I know this is the brand that basically is there. Even if patients know about this brand as well, right? So this is what we call as branding. Branding means what? Consistency. I need to basically have consistency in my, in my language, in my design. So from far itself, people actually understand and they know this is the brand I'm talking about, right? Similarly, when you make your profiles in YouTube or LinkedIn or wherever you go, whichever online platform you go to, if your website is in orange and white in color, your social media posts also have to be orange and white in color, right? If you're if you have a certain style of speaking, suppose you're a funny person, your content also has to be a little funny in nature, right? So there has to be a consistency maintained in your online and offline presence, so people feel that I'm speaking to the same person. Suppose a clinic is basically like orange and white or gray and white or whatever colors you're using. All your brochures, your visiting cards, your social media accounts, your websites should have the same color scheme. Why? It should be seamless. People should know from far that this is the doctor I'm speaking about, right? That's what we call as branding. Branding means consistency. Right? So I got a question from Dr. Nishit. How do you find out which are the keywords getting searched most? Good question, Dr. Nishit. We normally use a tool by the name called Keyword Planner. This is a free tool by Google themselves. So when I click on, when I just type in skin clinic, skin care clinic, dermatologist, over there it will show me the top keywords automatically, right? And that's how I can figure it out. So just to give you an example of the same, I'll show you how do we look at keywords. This is a tool by the name called Keyword Planner. It's completely free. It doesn't cost you any money. You simply go to this tool right now. Once you go to this tool at this point in time, you simply go to the option called Tools and Settings on top. When you go to Tools and Settings on top, you simply have to go to this thing called Keyword Planner. Suppose I type over here dermatologist. Skincare clinic. Right, enter. Now I can this tool actually show me the was search volume. So you can see dermatologist search 1 million times, skincare search, skincare search 1 lakh times. But we're searching for dermatologist near me, skin specialist near me, skin clinic near me, skin specialist, pediatric dermatologist near me, pediatric dermatologist, dermatology consultants, Shreen, address, skin care clinic near me. These are all the keywords people are searching for right now over here. All the possible, keywords, right? That's how I can figure out what people are searching about. And then, basis these searches, I'll start putting content on my site and try to rank for the organic results. Pretty cool, everybody. You find this tool very fascinating? Give me a quick yes in chat box. Okay. Mayur is asking me, what is the measurable outcome website that has owners you should measure? So, Mayuresh, for you, the measurable outcome is very simple. If I was in your place, I would measure the number of leads and the number of people coming to my site, the traffic coming to my site, and number of leads coming to my site. I'll measure those two things for myself. Dr. Mayuresh. All right. Pretty interesting, everybody. So any questions so far? Any question, any doubts, any queries that you have so far for me? That you guys want to ask me so far about this? Okay, let's move forward then. Let me just we were the last stage of our journey today, which is actually about running paid advertising or paid marketing, right? See, today without doing any paid marketing, nobody can do anything. So you have to do paid marketing. If you want to grow faster, if you want to scale faster, you have to do paid marketing, right? So what's paid marketing? When I Google search something like skin care clinic near me, if we search for keywords right now, right? We normally see Google search, Google ads coming up on top. You can see clearskin.com, burkowitz.com, drbatraj.com running an ad over here. Now, why are they running an advertising campaign? Because they know that by running ads, they can get more and more patients. They get more and more people coming to the websites, right? Which is why, when you kind of make an ad, it's extremely important that you actually make an ad. Like, I'll give an example to you. Look at this ad by this person called Skin Galaxy. Look at this very simple ad. This particular person doesn't speak about you want to get the best skin, come to my clinic. She understands the problem. Look at the first line. It says, worried about itchy skin? Well, this can be a symptom of underlying illness known as, urticaria, also known as pitta. It can cause by numerous reasons such as illness, medication, food, psychogenic variables, and respiratory allergens, as well as idiopathic causes. And she made a video on this as well. Now she made an advertising campaign on this. Now, because she made an advertising campaign, lots of people see this ad. See the ad, and if they're facing similar issues, they consult her, and she's getting customers, predictable customers every single month by running an advertising campaign. So you can actually run a Facebook ad, you can actually run a Google advertising campaign, right? When you run a Facebook ads, when you run a Google ads, okay, this is Google ads, and this over here is a Facebook ads we just saw right now over here. So when you're in a Facebook ad, when you're in a Google ad, actually you can get a lot of customers coming to your place, coming to your, coming to your clinic, and you'll never run out of people, right? And you can even expand, have some more branches, right? And do a lot of other stuff, right? So paid advertising is one of the most critical aspects. Without paid advertising, you'll not be able to do much. And this entire journey we saw right now, my friends, is digital marketing. So, so you simply increase the patient flow, right? It's not just by doing one thing or two things. You have to do things in combination, right? But yes, I'm not saying you do everything in one shot. You pick up some things which you can start today. Then start doing slowly, steadily, slowly, steadily, slowly, steadily, and start building things up, right? So let's ask you a question. What does a website company mean when they say basic or advanced package in SEO? Okay, so basically what happens is, so see, it depends. People classify things different fashion. In the basic version, they will probably put less keywords. They'll only try to rank you for a couple of keywords. In the advanced version, they try to rank you for more keywords. Probably, in the advanced version, they'll actually ask you to, put in more content, like maybe the right content for you, correct? So you should negotiate with them on a couple of things. You should negotiate with them on the number of keywords they rank you on top for, and also negotiate with them on how much content they write for you. Because SEO is more about content writing, giving value to people, right? And then it's about generating backlinks, generating other people to speak about you, who would like, comment, share on your content. So website suggestions, I mean, website, I say, use a hosting, use a WordPress, as I told you. If not, use Wix, Dr. Raksha, right? For landing page, also you can use WordPress or Wix. Okay. If you want little expensive option, there's a ClickFunnels also, which is very good. But ClickFunnels is a little expensive, but you can use that as well if you want. All right. So just to summarize what we just learned today, let me just show it to you. So what we just learned right now, right? So can someone tell me what was the first step in digital marketing journey? What is the first thing you should be doing in digital marketing journey, everyone? What is the first step? Website, correct. You need to start building a website for yourself. Okay. Then what's the next step you should be doing after website development? You should be looking at content. You should be looking at doing SEO, search engine optimization, right? So basically, once you have your SEO in place, then you should be looking at what we call as your social media. You should be looking at like social media marketing. Start putting your content on different social media platforms: Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, whatever it is. After which, you start looking at data. You start looking at analytics. You start looking at broad analytics. And finally, after analytics, you look at what we call as paid marketing campaigns, paid campaigns. And this 6 things, my friends, is called digital marketing and how do you increase patient flow for yourself. In next session, when we catch up, I'm going to show 2 things to you. I'm going to show you live practical example how to build a site, and I'm also going to show you how to run a paid campaign on Facebook, Instagram, and target people. Right? The 2 things I will show you in my next session when we catch up on next Sunday. Right? So, Dr. Ishan, paid marketing is about like you're targeting people. So, see, these platforms have database. As a database, I mean they know what people are doing. So at Facebook, I can tell Facebook to target people who are searching about dermatology, who are very concerned about skincare, who are basically models, who are basically getting married, who have got a wedding engagement near them. Right? I can do all those aspects. I'm going to show that to you in the next session. How do we do that? Right. So 15 minutes left right now. I'll take some question answers over here. You know. So if any questions, feel free to ask. Then she's asking me questions. Can you elaborate on reducing loading time of the website? For decreasing loading time of the website, you need to ensure that the images are low resolution. Keep it at what we call as 72 dpi. Okay, number one. Number two, you need to also ensure that you don't have any coding errors. Maybe just you ask a developer to check the codes once, because sometimes because of the code website is taking a little bit of time. And third thing is because of your hosting server. Maybe your hosting is slow. So so basically you need to kind of do that as well. Okay. All right. Any other questions? Thank you so much, Ashima. Raksha asking me, does having a lot of plugins increase load time or not really? It depends on the hosting server. Yes, I mean, somewhere it does affect, but doesn't affect drastically, also, to be very honest. So, if you basically have a good server speed, doesn't really matter how much plugins you use. I know websites which have used 100 plugins, but still load very fast. Right. So Dr. Rishi is saying, what is the optimum hosting speed? Well, there's no hosting speed as such. You need to figure out that by buying a server and then checking how fast your website loads. So hosting speed depends on the types of hosting, the different types of hosting, to be very honest. But if your website loading in less than 5 seconds, it's good enough. Okay. How do we get free images that we can use for a website? So there are a lot of websites, Dr. Shirapa. You can use a website by the name called Unsplash, FreePic. These websites can give you a lot of free images. Dr. Margaret saying, any copyright issue when you use video apps? No copyright issues. If you're paying for the video apps, no copyright issues at all. If you're using a free version, they'll ask you to put a watermark. Right. Dr. is saying, we're getting it done from our website developer. Yes, you should buy your own hosting. You should buy your own hosting, you should buy your own domain name. Because sometimes if you buy it through sometimes if you buy it through a developer, if developer runs away, he will run away with your, he will run away with your hosting, and you're left helter skelter. So ideally, you should buy a hosting, and you should give your hosting credentials to the developer to ask him to develop the website for you. Right, Dr. Nishit, you should do that. So you can buy it from a website by the name called Hostinger, or you can buy it from SiteGround, or you can also buy it from GoDaddy itself. But GoDaddy is a little slow. My recommendation is go for hostinger.com. Hostinger, Hostinger, hostinger.com. Okay. All right. Any other question, anybody? Thank you so much, Margaret. Really, really appreciate how you having over here. Okay, in the next session, what we will do is we'll pick up one doctor from here, right? And we will ask them, and we'll basically ask you guys to actually I'll actually make a live website for you and show you, like a dummy one, not usually a full-fledged, like one. But then next session, keep your images handy. We'll pick up one doctor randomly participates the most, right? So keep your images, keep your photographs handy with you, so that we can take that up and we can show you how do you build a website for yourself. Okay, so remember, guys, uh, next session, there are two things which are very important. You need to come with your Facebook ID password. So just reset your Facebook ID password, okay, and come with your images. Okay, come with your images. But if possible, put in Google Drive. That'll be easier for me, right? So I hope this was fun, enlightening for all of you. Thank you so much for being such a participative audience. I love when people participate. Because when people participate, I feel I'm speaking to people, not speaking to walls, right? But I hope you enjoyed the session as much as what I did. Thank you so much for being such a lovely audience. Thank you so much for the entire Brinton and Brita Academy to kind of having me over here, and sharing my knowledge with all of you. It's really a pleasure. And we'll meet up again. We'll see more interesting stuff next week.
Mr. Hitesh, thank you very much. I have few questions which I have jotted down, which were
Sure,
probably we missed answering those questions. One is
sure,
from
please.
Dr. Harpreet. If we change clinic address, will my previous reviews get lost?
Yeah, I answered the question earlier also. So basically, it does not get lost. If you change the address in Google My Business, then your ratings and reviews will remain intact. Only your address will change. So nothing will get lost in that scenario.
Very nice. Dr. Spriti was asking, what does the website company mean when they say basic or advanced package for SEO?
So basically, as I told you already, basic packages where they actually put in less keywords, they put in less content. Advanced package, they'll probably put in more. They'll actually put 12 blogs for you, more keywords for you. That's how they kind of divide the basic and advanced packages in the market usually.
Dr. Raksha Venkat was asking about domain authority. Who will have domain authority?
Yeah. So domain authority basically is getting built through backlinks. So basically, if more people write about you, more people talk about you, more people feature your website, the higher domain authority you will get. So let's say, for example, if you get featured more in the press, more in the media, the higher domain authority will happen. The domain authority happens over a period of time. It doesn't happen immediately. But you have to keep on writing good quality articles for domain authority to go up.
Uh, Thank you very much to all the participant dermatologists. There is a great saying by Nelson Mandela. Education is the most powerful weapon we can use to change the world. And today, I think I also got educated because of Mr. Hitesh Motwani. Thank you very much, sir. At Brinton, we strive to partner with dermatologists in all their academic endeavors. And the next session is on 26th Sunday, that is coming Sunday, at the same time. And it, as Mr. Hitesh Motwani has already shared, it's going to be a practical session. And as with each session going by, it's going to be more and more exciting and learning. We thank I from on behalf of Brinton, we thank Mr. Hitesh Motwani for taking us through this exciting learning journey. And I request Mr. Gopesh Shah to give the word of thanks. Mr. Gopesh Shah is the General Manager Marketing at Brinton.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Nandish. Hitesh sir, it was a fantastic session. We have learned a lot from you, and we look forward to learn a lot in the coming session also. At this moment, I thank every dermatologist who has joined us across the globe for making this program successful. I am sure that the next session and next to next session will be even more interesting, and I am sure that it will help us to help them as well as us to build our relationship for the future endeavor. Thank you very much again for all the dermatologists and Hitesh sir to joining, and look forward to have a more knowledgeable session, more interesting session in the second and third edition. Thank you again.